Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming Terrain. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is the Monday painting video. Monday painting video, what is it? Basically, from last week's Weekly Wednesday, which is a Q&A, I show you guys a host of models and you guys vote on what you want me to paint for Monday's painting video. And this week's winner is Gargoyles. In fact, there was one vote for any nids and the other vote was for Gargoyles. So Gargoyles won. So for all my regulars here, guys, I feel love. Thank you very much. I'll see you in a minute. Right, so some of you notice the Gargoyles are undercoat black. How am I going to use contrast paint to give them the colour of my hive fleet if they're undercoat black? Now, I did go through this when you build them. So you'd before you put a flying stand on, you'd undercoat this side black, leave it to dry, then you flip them upside down, obviously without the flying stand, and then spray this side. Then if you want a grey serum to use contrast paint, you do the same thing again. Now I started gluing them to the base anyway, so my mistake, I had one plan but I ended up going with a different plan. So what I'm going to do now, I'm taking some Euphorin Grey, and if I've always wondered if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Euphorin Grey. And I'm just going to basically just give them a heavy dry brush. You can see I've really watered it down. I'm going to do the whole face, the whole body, underneath, top, everything. I'm going to come back to you when that's all done. Right, so as you can see, looking good. Now you can see it's not a proper coat over it. It's more like some areas are really bright, some areas are really grey. So I know what some of you are going to think. Some of you are thinking, oh, so you prepped them up ready for contrast paint. Not quite. So what I've done now is I've got some white scars on the wet palette. I'm going to take some on a dry brush and I'm going to dry brush these guys with some white scars. I want to get all of the raised areas with white scars. So the back carapace, just to try and get these little bits here. Doesn't matter if you get the wing membranes as well. Just try and get all of these bits. So you're thinking, what the hell are you doing? The face, the teeth, the horn, all of that. The bone on his chest. Again, it doesn't matter if I get on bits that I don't really want it on because it's all going to work well. Neck as well. Give his gun a quick once over. I'm going to continue this step on all of them. Right. So these guys here haven't had the white on them because they're still wet from the Euphorin Grey. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with one model, start putting contrast on that one, then move to the next one off camera, do the same contrast colour, keep going through them until the first one's dry, then go back to the first one and just carry on, then put another contrast colour on that and start going through them again, and that kind of way. I don't expect to have all of them finished, all 10 of them finished before the end of the video because I might put paint to dry. You see that it's still a little bit wet in the recesses there. But if I get 5 done, get 4 done on camera, get 4 done, 4 done ready for the end. You'll see one painted up anyway. So now it's time for contrast paint. So I've been racking my brains with these guys because my colours for my hive fleet are these two lovely colours. Yeah. You haven't seen the Tyranid video, go and check one out. But I want to do something with these guys because they have the wing membrane, and I want them to look different to everything else, but still be part of the Tyranid force because of the main two colours. So I'm going to start my favourite contrast paint, Eldari Emerald. And I'm going to grab the first one to go. And what I'm going to do is take some contrast paint. I'm going to come into the wing membranes. So all I want to do is the wing membranes itself. don't want to get any of the other bits. So I don't want to try and avoid getting that bone, which I think I already got, so it doesn't matter. So I'll do one of these on camera and then go off and do the rest off camera. So I'm going to go off camera and do the rest of these, or the rest of this guy, and then finish off, keep going for as many as I can whilst this is drying. I'll come back to you then. Wow, that's absolutely fantastic. It's came out better than I thought. So now I'm going to go with Tesla Blue. I'm going to come in and do all the plating on him. I'm going to try and get these little bits as well. Someone's probably going to be saying, why did you do the white scars first of all then, over the youth and grey? Because then it's going to give me, when I put a contrast paint on, it's going to instantly give me areas of lightness that I don't really need to worry about. So when it comes to dry brushing and stuff, it's already done. Half the work's already done. It's a lot easier. Some on his head. So I'm going to try and get these little bony parts. I only managed to get the Eldari Emerald on 2 models because of the heat here is so much that the paint's dry very quickly, which is good. You usually have to wait hours for it to dry. So I'm going to go off camera. Do I do the arm as well? No, I'm not going to do the arm. I'm going to go off camera and do the underneath of him and start working on the other model whilst it's drying. Right, so thing is as well with these guys, you want to have a good paint scheme so they look good, but you're not spending 20 hours doing a unit of 10 guys, like 2 hours a model, because they're just rank and file. They're going to last like 5 minutes on a turn, 1 turn, maybe 2 turns on the battlefield. So now I'm going to go with some Doomfire Magenta, especially the points cost. I don't know the points cost for 10th, but I think there's 7 or 8 points in 9th. Right, so now I'm going to come do Doomfire Magenta, and then I'm going to paint the weapon. I'm crazy on the weapon with this colour, and all of the arms and the little tendril bits that go into the weapon and all of that. His chest piece, his neck, his head. I want to avoid his teeth and his tongue. And his tail as well. And go off camera and do this. So here we are. So now I'm going to take some Gently Purple. I do apologise about the noise, it's the rain. I was waiting for it to stop, but it's not. I'm going to Gently Purple, I'm going to get his tongue. I'll try and avoid those teeth. Because right, so for all intents and purposes, this guy is finished. Okay, I know you can see the rest of the unit. This guy's at the same stage, apart from the tongue. This guy's just one step behind him. He's just been done. But it's pretty handy. Some people are going to say, oh, but the gun looks horrible. The gun looks horrible. Oh, the gun is a bioweapon. It's part of their body. So they don't have hands, they have the gun. Now, for those of you new to the channel, what we do now is we take it beyond battle ready. Okay, so what I've got on the wet palette is I've got some moot green, some Lothern blue, and some horror pink. Now usually I would dry brush and all that sort of stuff, but I can't because there's too many raised areas on there. So I'm going to water down some moot green even more. Let's really water down. And I'm going to come in and go like that with it. Yeah, just really wow, that rain's come down heavy. Just come in and try and give it a bit of a, so it's not so flat. Okay. Wow. Don't want to get all of the green, just a bit of it. Just to say it still comes through with such an amazing colour. Because I've watered down even more, it's not going to take long to dry, especially not in this heat. Yeah, so I'm going to go up and be underneath off camera and come back to you guys again. And just like that, the rain is eased off. Lovely. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing again, water down some Lothern blue even more on the wet palette. And I'm going to come in just selectively get certain parts of the model. So I'm going to try and get the towel quick once with that. I'm not going to come in against those bits, but I'm going to try and edge highlight this. Not try, I will edge highlight the edge of this, the claw at the front there. Now, Lothern blue is a layer paint, so it will go on bright and dull itself down. So don't panic, guys. Now what I'm going to do with this carapace, first I'm going to do is run the little line down the middle of it. Just try and do it around the edges as well. Because that's pretty good anyway. The contrast paint, I mean, it's come off a pretty good job anyway. I'm going to get the edge of this crest. Because it's watered down on the wet palette even more, you look at it when you put it on, you go, oh no, but it's not. Because it will evaporate, the water evaporates out of it so quick, and it dries so quickly. You're going to end up with an amazing looking piece. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to come in with the horror pink again, water it down even more on the wet palette. I'm going to come in and I'm just going to try and get little bits. I'm not particularly picking out anything. I'm just running the colour along the tower. I have to run the colour along. I'm just trying to pick out little bits just to highlight, basically. So again, this is a layer paint, so it'll go on bright and dull itself down. And of course, if there's any bits that you've missed with a contrast paint, this is when this comes into effect, because it will just hide it nicely. Here the rain comes again. Now what I'm going to do with the gun, I'm going to pick out the top piece. Magazine. So already, I don't know if the camera's picking up too well. I can see that already really taking shape. Right, so the last thing to do is get some water on the wet palette again and get some of the density of purple all down. Just come in, and the bits that I did the other colour, I'm going to drop in, with the horror pink, I'm going to drop in some density of purple in the adjacent areas, like on the gun magazine, gun barrel, sorry, just to really make it stand out. And at this stage, even if there's still a few little wet bits of the pink, it don't matter if it wet blends. One more thing to do. So I've got some skeleton horde on the brush, and I had to make sure that I don't have too much, and there's too much. Basically what I want to do is come in, just get the teeth. Just tidy up that white hat there. Now I could come back in afterwards and just give the mouth a little dry brush with some white scars, if I want to, but I don't see the point, especially as it's just a gargoyle. I think they like toughness 3, 1 wound apiece. So bolt pistol fire will take them down. So guys, there we are. 1 completed gargoyle. Yeah. Very easy, very straightforward. Now I still have all of these guys to finish off, and I have another 9 to build and to paint as well. And this is the road to 10th edition, which is actually, what I mean by that is 10th edition is out this Saturday. People should be picking, this should be arriving at people's doorsteps this Saturday. It should be arriving here this Saturday as well for me. So thank you guys for voting. You know, it means a hell of a lot to me. We enjoy the what you guys vote for. There's some people say, what's the point of voting? Because it's different challenge for me every week. It's not me just painting the Space Marines or Necrons week after week. It's always a different challenge, and I do always try and supply a vast different amount of models up there, you know, for you guys to vote on. So if you're new to this and you're just seeing the channel for the first time, the vote happens on a weekly Wednesday, which is a Q&A. It goes up every Wednesday, and the vote will be in there. So check that out if you want to vote on next week's models we painted. Everyone, please smash the thumbs up button. So share this video so YouTube, well, smash the thumbs up button so it triggers YouTube to share this video with everyone. So more and more people come to the channel. this community grows even bigger then. Thank you for everyone that supported the channel for as long as you have, because it means a hell of a lot to me. Guys, if you're not subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button, because it costs you absolutely nothing. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss anything. And again, thank you to everyone that voted. I've been waiting to paint these guys for a long time. Just have to finish the rest of them off and then build the rest. So guys, until next time, take it easy.